Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Maybe that should be a new thing. Wonderful Wednesday, right? So I have a question for you. Will you march forth and do something today to tame procrastination? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to be clever. It's supposed to be March forth and do something day, hashtag. Um, but I think that one might actually be made up. But just for now, March forth and do something day. So today, and before I forget, my name is Jackie Schwab. I am the founder of the Press Play Lifestyle Signature System and also a professional success coach. So, where did this topic come up from? I was talking to one of my clients and a very successful person, right? Doing a great job. Oh, hi, Ruth. Nice to see you. So, very successful and doing a great job. But she keeps worrying that procrastination is going to stop her from being successful. Now, she's already successful to some degree, right? So it was an interesting thing for me to think about because we really had to look at a way to reframe this idea of procrastination being a way to ruin her success. And so what we did was we sort of started with this idea of using success to beat procrastination. And to get into that, we're going to have to talk a little bit about it, right? So how do we use procrastination as a way to be successful, or how to practice being successful? So you might think that success is always coming up with the big, giant, wonderful, grand ideas. But really, it's the result of continually and consistently doing the mundane. It's doing the things that no one wants to do. Think about it, like you want to lose weight, you want a job that doesn't suck, you want to do better in school. Um, it the process of doing the weight loss isn't necessarily the most fun, right? Isn't necessarily the most enjoyable. We want the end result, but it's the doing the mundane every day that's really the example, right? It's really the way that we succeed. So we know in most cases, we all know exactly what needs to be done, right? Sorry, I'm going to turn off my notifications. My husband is taking my dear daughter to the clinic, and so he just created an appointment, and apparently it had to tell me just now about it. So in most cases, we know it needs to be done, right? Yeah. The challenge is really getting yourself to do it. So dealing effectively with procrastination is essentially getting yourself to do the things that you don't want to do. And so it is a great practice for being successful. If you can beat up and defeat, crush, tame your procrastination, you can really accomplish just about anything. So, first, it helps, I think, to sort of talk about what is that normal process of um, what is the normal process, right, of procrastination. So it's like step one, you think about doing something. So like, oh, I should work out, right? Isn't that kind of how you start any task, right? You think about it. I think about doing this thing. And then the second thing is you notice how it feels to you. So every thought we have will generate a feeling, an emotion. When it feels good, like getting off the couch to get Cheetos, we do it. If it's not, if it doesn't feel good, right? If it feels bad, then we avoid it. So we all have our own consistent, super great ways of avoiding or deflecting doing a task. So part of it is really thinking about what do you do to avoid the task? Like, what do you do when you're procrastinating? And think of a list of things that you do to avoid a task. So for me, I know when I'm avoiding like housework, which is weird because I actually like to clean, but I have this little game on my phone that's just like matching. It's like dumb doing nothing stuff, right? Brain freeze, total procrastination. And so I know what it is, right? And so if I know what it is, it gives me an opportunity to do something about it. And then four is when the feeling of putting it off, right, is bigger than the feeling of doing it. where it hurts more to put it off than it hurts to do it, like eventually you're going to pay your taxes, right? Eventually you're going to take out the trash or apply for a job or work on your paper. But not until like the pain of it gets to be significantly larger, right? And so it's very common. Unfortunately, procrastinating doesn't work so great when you're trying to get ahead or you're trying to prevent your life from descending into chaos. So, we want to talk about an alternative way, which is where my client and I were talking. So, let's try an alternative method of using procrastination as a way to drive success. So, what's an alternative way we can kind of avoid using or an alternative way we can deal with an unpleasant task. So I should really keep writing these things down and then and do some more of them, right? So first thing is when you feel bad about doing a task, let's say you really just don't want to go for a walk or you don't want to work out, then try getting excited that you're being given a chance to learn a new skill. So what this means is like instead of like, oh, I gotta go work out, you can say, oh, I get to learn how to beat procrastination, right? So you're not going to be able to all of a sudden just go, oh, I want to work out, it's going to be great, because you know you're lying to yourself. But if you like learning new things, you could say, hey, oh, I get to learn a new skill that helps me beat procrastination. And this is the moment, guys, that separates the women from the girls and the men from the boys. The most successful people are terrible at procrastinating, right? Because they think of a thing they don't want to do, and then they're like, oh, that might not be something I'll enjoy, but I get to defeat procrastination, or I get to express myself. I get to be successful. I get to look hot in my body, whatever it is. Successful people do hard stuff, guys, right? They're the ones that show up every single day. So the first one is turning it around is when you feel crappy about doing something, then get excited about the chance to learn how to do something else, right? Learn a success skill, learn how to beat procrastination, whatever it is that helps you feel in integrity with yourself and that you're not lying to yourself is the first part. So that was the reframe my client and I used. And the second one is take a minute to just kind of sit in your feelings and notice them. We've been like as a society, we've gotten so busy and everything is going so fast that we forget to really feel our feelings because our body is the best alarm system in the world. So sit a second with this discomfort. Maybe close your eyes and breathe slowly, breathe deeply, and notice where you feel the discomfort. Is it in your head? You have a headache? Is it your chest, your stomach? And just try to relax that area of your body and release the tension in that specific area. And then, it gives you a chance to go do the task without the feeling of that discomfort with you. So first is reframe it to a success skill you learn. The second is to just take a moment to notice the feeling and then relax the area that you're feeling kind of yucky in. And three is just commit to 5 minutes. That's it. Yeah, that's right, Todd. The pause, right? Press pause, press play, and prosper. So just pause and notice where you're feeling it. And then the next one is just to spend 5 minutes doing the tasks that you are avoiding. I mean, anyone can handle 5 minutes. I can handle 5 minutes. The getting started is the hard part. So become an expert at starting. You don't have to do it for 400 years. You can do the taxes long enough to just find the W-2s, right? You can get on the treadmill long enough just to warm up because you're cold. You often find that you just keep doing it beyond your little 5-minute goal, and then you'll feel great because you did it for at least 5 minutes. And then number four, our alternative way of beating procrastination is just forgive yourself for failing. Some days you win, some days you lose, but working through the discomfort, defeating procrastination, it is a challenging skill, but just get back up on that horse and keep doing it because successful people do crap they hate, right? You'd think that they all got to be on the yacht and have this wonderful life because, they did all of the easy stuff all the time. Absolutely not, right? Absolutely not. Procrastination is a human habit. It's just part of who we are. And there's little doubt that it's helpful, right? Poor decisions in the time of the cavemen were disastrous, right? If you listen to your, spidey senses, he would eat you. So our brains are convinced that if we're afraid to do something, there's a good reason. It doesn't allow us to do it. But it also knows that if it's convinced an idea is worthy, then it will almost act before we think about acting. So do something today that's not so much fun and doesn't make a lot of sense to do, but that you've been putting off. And this is the first day that you use procrastination as your springboard for success. So decide right now, right this minute, what are you going to do that you've been procrastinating? Hopefully you found this helpful. And if you did, please do click like, or share, and let others know that they could use this information for doing better in their life as well. And also, if you would like more information like this or like to be with some like-minded people, go to our free Success with Balance for Entrepreneurs Facebook group. You can connect with other entrepreneurs and successful folks like yourself who are just trying to get through and find ways to deal with the everyday stuff. This is Jackie Schwab reminding you to embrace your pause, play the game you want to win, and prosper with a life by design, not by default. All right, everyone. It was nice seeing you today. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye.